What's up guys, it's Light Spiral here, and today I have a video showcasing Aquila, the Wind Brownie Magician in Giants B10. So, I was trying to show you the runes on it, but I recently built Aquila because I didn't have an AoE stripper, and I had the choice between him and Soha, and I picked him because of the leader skill, which is 30% accuracy universal. Here's the runes I have on it. It's Energy, Shield, Blade with Speed, HP, and Accuracy. This is basically the ideal build. You could do Speed, HP also, or if you wanted to, you could use less Speed. Whatever the case may be, you'd want Will on him, I guess. I guess the absolute ideal build would be like Will, double Shield, probably. But I don't have those runes. So these are the runes. But I didn't build him for Giants. This team right here I'm showing is a lot slower than my normal Giants team, which I have a video on the channel if you want to check it out. It's called like under 1 minute team with Hua or something. That's my Giants team. And excuse me, but I realized that Aquila could actually work pretty good in Giants for the fact that she has the buff strip and the attack buff, crit rate buff, and then the first skill will have a chance to violent proc. So I'm actually going to use Vero's leader skill. You could use Aquila's if you want, but I already have max accuracy on all the monsters, so I don't really need Aquila's leader skill. And I'll show you the run with the Aquila in it. Now the Aquila doesn't have the world's best runes, and it's not super tanky, and it's only 5-star, but it should be able to survive Giants B10. Now, right there, it didn't use the skill I was hoping it would use. If it used the attack buff, which it just used, Lucian could have one-shot the stage. But Aquila is not going to be good for those of you that are using Giants teams that don't have a damage dealer. So, like, if you're still on your first Giants team, Aquila's not going to be good, because then literally all she's going to be providing is the buff strip, which is reusable every 5 turns, as opposed to Bella is reusable every 3 turns, or if you had Emma, it's reusable every 3 turns. So Aquila's not good until you start getting into these speed runs, but like this run right here, like this team, it works great with this because Lucian benefits greatly from attack buff and crit rate buff, and the typical thing people would be using right here instead of Aquila would be like a Shannon. So the difference between a Shannon and the Aquila in this situation is the Aquila is going to do a crit rate buff instead of the defense buff, and then it's going to have a buff strip instead of the slow and the glancing hit. But so which one is safer? It's kind of a toss-up because the glancing hit, the defense buff, and the speed debuff are all going to make the run safer. But if Bella doesn't strip the attack buff, then it's going to be really good to have a nice second chance to strip the attack buff through Aquila. So whether Aquila or Shannon's going to be better, I don't know. It is a toss-up, but if you guys have Aquila and you don't have Shannon, I would recommend you try out this Aquila. You'll see that it should work pretty soon here. Or it's like, whatever, when the run ends, you should be able to see that this run is going to work just fine, and it doesn't require insane runes. He just stripped the attack buff off the boss, which is nice, because if I didn't have Aquila right there, Bella didn't get a turn in time to strip the attack buff. So, it proved right there that the Aquila kind of saved the team, potentially. I don't know if the boss would have killed me if I didn't get that attack buff off, but I'll never know anymore because this boss is dead. And so I'll show you guys the runes on the whole team and real quick, and then that'll probably wrap up the video. So that's 2 minutes 20 seconds. That's not too bad at all. With Shannon, this team is not going to be that fast, I'm pretty sure, because what's it called? The crit rate buff is going to help a lot in terms of if you use a wind damage dealer, because to get 100 crit rate with a crit rate buff on a wind damage dealer, you only need to get him to 55 crit rate. So you can put a lot more of your stats into crit damage and attack and speed rather than crit rate. So this is, Aquila will just having the crit rate buff will speed up your run significantly because you can make your damage dealer do a lot more damage. and I don't think I want that rune. If it were to only go into the speed and the defense, it would be good. No, I thought I'm just going to sell that rune, I think. But so I'll show you the runes, and then that'll kind of wrap it up for this video. Here's my Bernard. The stats, I'm not going to go through each rune, I'll just show you the stats and the sets. He's on Swift Energy. I have 2 Lucians, but I was using this Lucian because this is my better Lucian. Here's the stats, and here's the sets. Then I had Bella. Here's the stats on my Bella, and here's the sets. Vero. Here's the stats on my Vero, and here's the sets. And then the last monster, Aquila, I already showed you this, but I'll just show you one more time. Here's the stats, and here's the sets, and I'll go through the runes one more time on the Aquila, because it's kind of based around Aquila, on speed, HP, and accuracy. So, that's all I have for today's video, guys. If there's anything you want to see, be sure to tell me in the comments, or whatever. If you have anything to say, just leave it in the comments. But that's all I have for today, though, guys. May the best year today's be the worst year tomorrow's.